She shouted at me for daring to ask for the money that was rightfully mine. So I decided to remind her what real control looked like. You'd think that after raising 3 children, going through 2 hip surgeries, and draining my savings every time someone in the family needed rescuing, I'd have earned at least a touch of respect. Turns out I was mistaken. It all unfolded on Thanksgiving, the one holiday I still insisted on hosting. At 76, I'd spent 2 full days preparing the meal, polishing the silverware, setting the table with my finest china. I was tired, but happy. Family meant everything to me. At least that's what I kept telling myself. After dinner, when the laughter and conversation filled the house, I took my daughter Claire aside into the hallway. I wanted privacy, just a simple talk between mother and daughter. I reminded her gently about the $12,000 I had lent her 5 months ago to keep her small business afloat. She had promised to return it within 3. Claire, I said softly, I hate to bring this up during the holidays, but could you send even part of that money soon? The heating bills are... She didn't let me finish. Her voice sliced through the air, sharp and loud enough for everyone at the table to hear. Are you serious, Mom? You're really begging me for money right now. The room went silent. Then she turned and made a little scene, throwing her hands up dramatically. She's been hounding me for money I don't even have. Maybe next time, don't lend what you can't afford. The silence was heavier than any slap. My son-in-law stared at his plate. My grandchildren avoided my eyes. Not one person spoke up for me. I felt the humiliation settle deep in my chest, like a stone. But I didn't cry. I didn't argue. I just smiled, nodded, and said, "You're right, dear." That was my mistake. The next morning, I didn't call her. I called the bank. What Claire seemed to forget was that her boutique downtown, her precious little business, had been open under my name as co-signer. Her credit card, too. She hadn't qualified a loan, and I, the ever-trusting mother, had stepped in to help. I didn't scream. I didn't warn her. I simply canceled the card, froze the account, and instructed the bank to revoke her access until further notice. By lunchtime, she couldn't even buy a coffee. By mid-afternoon, her store assistant was calling in a panic because none of the payments were going through. And by the next morning, there she was, standing on my porch, mascara streaked down her face, fury spilling from her mouth. How could you do this to me, Mom? You've destroyed everything. I took a slow sip of tea and looked at her calmly. "Oh, sweetheart," I said, "I thought you didn't need my money." The truth was, I never actually needed that $12,000 back. I just needed her to remember who she was talking to and who had made her success possible in the first place. I'm not angry. I'm simply finished being taken for granted. Claire's doing fine now. Her shop's still running, though without my name tied to anything. Sometimes, strength doesn't come from shouting or revenge. Sometimes, it's just one quiet phone call that changes everything.